Hello everyone, today I'm excited to show you my latest LEGO Ideas project, a fully playable mini golf course. This includes 3 unique holes, each with a variety of different layouts and obstacles, and as you can see, with the help of a special concealed mechanism, both you and your minifigures can play all the way through this entire golf course. And as you can see, this play feature produces a really fun and exciting effect. It really makes it look like the minifigures are actually swinging and hitting the golf balls themselves. Let's take a closer look at how this actually works. So starting over at the first hole, you can see it includes this handle on the side, which as you rotate, that in turn moves the minifigure on the top. And this is the basic design which I've used across each of the holes in this course. So for example, since this second hole has a par of 2, there's 2 spots on the green where you can place your minifigure and chain together multiple shots. Like this one, where you have to avoid the water hazards by hitting the ball across a narrow bridge. And then for the third and final hole in the golf course, I decided to mix it up a bit and include this moving staircase, where the aim is you have to first hit the ball onto the staircase, where it will then be transported up to the next level. And then the obstacle for the second part is this awesome miniature windmill. And I'll show you some more of how all of these mechanisms work a little bit later on, but first I want to show you some more of the functional details. And one of the things you might have noticed is whenever you score and hit a shot in one of the holes, it automatically rolls down into a convenient collection tray, which makes it nice and easy to retrieve your ball. And I think these bits also look really cool, nested in between the cutouts in the rocks. So now's a good time to take a look at an overview of the model, which as you can see I've built onto a 32 by 32 stud area, which provides just enough space to create a really interesting natural hilly landscape that sprawls across all of these different levels and includes lots of natural colours and scenery without feeling too crowded. And that brings me to another point which I'd like to mention, and that's how I've combined this natural hilly landscape with the man-made structures of the golf course, but I've still designed them to make it look like they're made out of natural construction materials like wooden logs and grass, so it doesn't look too out of place and instead complements the rest of the colours around it. And as I turn it around, you can see how all of it is connected by a long winding path which snakes throughout each section of the layout and joins everything together with a really natural flow. And as for some of the other details around the course, I've also included this nice pond, complete with some lily pads and a frog, and that gently flows into this tiny waterfall down to a lower level just underneath the wooden bridge. I've also made sure to decorate the scenery with plenty of colourful flowers and even a berry bush in the corner to add a nice dash of colour and really brighten the landscape. I've also added some areas where you can store your golfing equipment, such as this little golf club holder at the start and the tray of golf balls next to it. And there's even a small wooden bench where minifigures can have a rest in between rounds. And to help them reach each of the different areas, I've also built this awesome golf buggy, which is a really neat and realistic design, and no golf buggy would be complete without a golf bag in the back, which as you can see has even got space to hold the golf clubs. And that golf bag is simply made out of a LEGO Technic connector piece. So now that we're equipped with our golf club, let's take a closer look at each of the mechanisms behind the working mini golf course. If I take this first hole as an example, you can see the whole thing comes out as a module, and here we have that control handle on the side, and you can see that is simply using a bevel gear setup to just rotate the minifigure on the top and make him look like he's actually swinging the golf club by himself. And that's basically what I've repeated across all of these starting points across the entire layout, because it's a really simple but effective design, That also works great on angled sections such as this one on the second hole. So you have that full range of movement, and with these circular cutouts, that allows for plenty of space for any minifigure to swing their golf club. And this also gives you the option of completing it in multiple shots. So for example, you can either hit it from here to here and just simply move the minifigure up and then have another go at hitting it across the bridge. Or with some of these holes, once you get enough practice, you can even sometimes manage to score below par and get a hole in one. Next up, let's take a look at the golf ball stepper mechanism over in hole number 3. I had this idea because I wanted to show a change in height, but I didn't just want to include another ramp. So as for something a bit different, I thought it'd be cool to include a functional moving staircase which acts sort of like an elevator or escalator for golf balls. So when a ball lands on it, it gradually gets pushed forward onto the step in front of it and gets a bit higher up with each step. And all I did to create this movement is simply have a crankshaft which spins around underneath and pushes the bottom of each of the steps up and down in order as it comes into contact with them. And if I remove this section, you can see some of the gearing which I've used to gear it down to the right speed. Finally, the last mechanism which I'd like to show you is one I'm very proud of, and that is for the working windmill. It was really important that the golf ball could be hit directly through the middle, but the trouble was, if I was to just simply use some kind of Technic axle, that would go up right through the centre of the windmill, and obviously that would block the path of the ball. So instead I experimented with several designs and ended up with this one, which uses a Lego Technic rubber band which actually wraps around the sides of the windmill, and that way you have a nice clear opening right through the middle of it, while also giving power to the sails of the windmill on the top. So this was an ideal solution, and you can see how that rubber band extends down to the rest of the mechanism underneath, and I'm really happy with how that bit especially has turned out. So if you'd like to see my mini golf course made into an actual Lego set, then you can support it over on Lego Ideas. It's really easy, all you have to do is just click on the link in the description and click on the support button to add your support, and if I get to 10,000 supporters, then Lego will consider making it into an actual set. So I'd really appreciate your support, the link is in the description, and I'll see you guys next time with more Lego creations. Thanks for watching.